Hello, wonderful. I am about to paint my studio with chalkboard paint that smells like bubblegum. It's fired earth and it's this most gorgeous green. I've been renovating this big space and I've closed off a recording area and I thought, let me put a chalkboard up ahead of my live webinar tomorrow because I love to draw on a chalkboard when I'm teaching. Let me just rip this open with my teeth. I hope you can hear me because it seems that I'm talking into this mic instead of my headphones. If I change to my headphones, it doesn't seem to work. So let's see how this goes. Anyway, I love to let me see. I love to draw when I'm teaching, and that is why I am painting a green chalkboard. In my previous office, I had a black one, and that was lovely. But while I'm here, so tomorrow's webinar is about, before I do that, can you see I already wrote? I thought I could get away with maybe writing on a white wall with blue chalk, which is the darkest chalk I have, and it's not clear, right? It's puffy. So let's go. With green, I'm like any color as long as it's green. If there's anyone who does professional painting, you're just gonna have to hold on to your patience button while you watch me paint. So the reason I wanted to go through my headphones is because I wanted to talk and paint. So let me just see if it's actually recording while I'm looking here. Seems like it is. Okay, so tomorrow's webinar is about adding an online course income into your life. And something that's quite important to sort of establish is that I see there's some of you here. I'm so curious to see how. By the way, I'm using Ecamm Live. To stream. Go ahead and say hello. I'll see if I can see the comments. Because streaming is quite fun. How do I open my comments? Comments! This paint has got a bubblegum show chat interview. Let's see. Let me know if you're here. I think I found the little comments thing. Okay. So an online course is a kind of asset that you build. And that's quite important to understand. I had some comments on my ads that I've been running this week saying, oh, if this passive income ad is about Bitcoin, I'm not interested. Now, just to get one thing clear, I'm actually a big fan of cryptocurrency. And one of my very first courses that I made was about buying crypto and about how to not get scammed, because unfortunately a lot of people just have a multi-level marketing scheme and they use crypto as like the product and then you get scammed. So that's not what crypto is about. But it is a kind of asset, very high risk asset that you can buy. So there's two ways that you can get assets. You can buy them, like stocks and shares and property and all that jazz, or you can build them. Like, oh, cool. Zoom out. Exciting. You can see I'm fiddling with my software here. Very cool. So you can buy them, property, stocks, shares, crypto, etc. Obviously they've got varying degrees of risk. Or you can build them, like digital products and online courses and that kind of thing. So in the Different Day community and inside my Lula Club, I talk about how you build assets, as in you use your time, your energy and your money, and you build. And that is an alternate for you if you can't buy an asset. In fact, it's like a parallel strategy. You should be building and buying assets to work towards your financial freedom. So tomorrow, when I'm running my free webinar about building assets, I'm going to be talking about an online course asset. So I've been making online courses for a long time. In fact, I've been making courses for a very long time. I was reminiscing on a family WhatsApp group this morning about living in Europe in 2001, in my early 20s, when I was teaching English. That's how I started. And then I moved from teaching English to teaching like a business language, and then I moved from teaching business language to teaching communication skills. And then when I wanted to have kids and I didn't want to travel and I didn't want to be in full-day workshops anymore, I started this online gig. So the big question that I get asked is like, okay, I do want an online course. I understand how juicy it is. I understand how exciting it is to make something once and sell it over and over and over and over again, obviously. But like, where do I start? So the long and the short of it is that you start by identifying who you can serve and how you can serve them. What that means is, what problem can you solve? So for example, my courses these days solve the problem of time poverty. I am sick and tired of hearing people not being able to live their one wild and precious life because they're selling their time for money and they've got no time and not enough money. So the problem I solve with Lula Club is freeing up time and putting in income streams that are not so time dependent like a normal 9 to 5. Okay? So you've got some problem that you could solve for someone. Whether that is a knitting stitch or how to set up a school, or I don't know, there's some problem, whether it's been a hobby of yours or it's been a full-time gig. They're the problems that you can solve. And that's the first thing you do, is you establish what that is. And there's a whole bunch of like poignant questions that I could ask you to help you drill down on that, but that's the essence of it. And then once you've decided that, you begin building an audience of those people. And when I say an audience, yes, I mean on social media, but more specifically, I mean an email database. So an email database is like the most important asset in a digital business. Because one, you email them regularly and you build a relationship. 2, you interact, you ask for responses, you learn about them. 3, you can use that email database to show advertising to them, either on any of the different social media platforms. That's using some advanced Jedi level advertising that you can learn. If you didn't even know you could do that, now you know. And if you don't know how to do it, it's something you can learn. And that's why you need to be collecting email addresses. So what's the next steps after deciding who you're going to serve and what problem you're going to solve for them? It is collecting email addresses. Now, the way you collect an email address, I'm sure you've seen, is you offer something valuable that solves a problem. in exchange for an email address. Now that's often called a lead magnet or a freebie. Sometimes it's called an ethical bribe. Let me see if I can turn this lighting up here. Oh, I don't like the white light, but I can see this is not coming across as green. It looks black, but it's actually this beautiful deep green, almost like an olive green. So, for example, the webinar I'm running tomorrow, which is part of my Passive Income Possibilities webinar series, which is free, but you have to register in exchange for your email address. And then you're going to come live tomorrow, and I'm going to teach my little heart out about online courses. And I'm going to show my own online course journey. I'm going to show examples of a freebie or an ethical bribe. I'm going to give like the full business model. I'm going to give my rating on like the passive income score and like the time to market score and all of these things. So that is my freebie, i.e. my ethical bribe in exchange for coming to my webinar and more importantly joining my database so that I can send you weekly emails. You can learn a bit about me, you can learn about my past clients, you can learn about my Miller Club, and you can learn about my coaching. And down the line, once I've got to know you through emailing you and running the live sessions, you might want to join one of my paid programs. And that is literally how it works. And that's how you start. So if you're watching and you've got any question about what I've said, put it in the comments because I'm going to come and check and I'll answer it. And you can be asking me questions about passive income, but you can also ask me questions about my painting on my webinar tomorrow. I'm just getting it nice and even here. I really love this colour. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm so happy. I'm so impressed. Dropping some on the floor. Okay, so that's been my experiment for today. And then, of course, you might be thinking, well, how the hell do I do any of these things? So you've got options. You can learn to do it all yourself, and that's how most people start. They buy some courses, they buy some templates, and they figure it all out. So obviously you're going to be able to write, there's some tech involved to take the email addresses, there's ways to take payment, there's a whole bunch of stuff you've got to learn. Or you can outsource it. So for a long time, I ran an agency helping people launch their courses. That is what I did. And that's a lot of work. So I didn't carry on with that. That's like Passive Income Score Zero. But obviously that gave me a lot of exposure to all the different kinds of problems that someone has when they try to launch a course. Let's see what happens when I'm zoomed in. That's what I'll look like for my webinar tomorrow. Ooh la la. Very nice. I'm excited. Yeah, I think that'll do. Obviously it needs to dry. But I'm quite impressed. If you're here, let me know what you think of my painting. That's what I look like zoomed out. I'll give it another coat, and then just to give you a little tour, I've got some drywalling that I am going to paint. over here. I'm probably going to do it a different shade of green, and I'll set up a little, like a little scene there. And then I've also got like another little corner, where I'm going to have like a little talk show. You can see my chairs there, and maybe a little neon sign, like saying differently. And that is going to be my official studio, recording studio. How exciting! Oh my gosh, the camera's rolling out of control. So, let me see if there's any questions. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to do a second coat. It's very impressive. Then when I have my webinar tomorrow, I'm going to be like, this is the business model. This is how you build your email database. This is how you launch your course. This is what your course looks like. What do you think? And then if you're interested, I'm using Ecamm Live to share all of this. Okay, my darlings, my gosh, that was so quick. It's only 16 minutes. What's happened to my camera? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Put it back on. Get into grips. There. Yay. Okay. Oh, another cool thing I got is this amazing little device called a Stream Deck. Have a look. And it's going to allow me to stream and change screens and share screens and do all exciting stuff at the touch of a button. Like this. Oh, hello, let me share my screen. Ding, ding. So my streaming game is going to get hot. Okay, let me end here. I'm going to come and check if you've got any questions for tomorrow. See you there.